A telltale twitch, a story of body language. I was once questioning a suspect in a theft case. It was a routine interrogation, one of many I had conducted over the years. The suspect seemed calm and collected, easily answering my questions with a composed demeanor. His responses were clear and concise, almost too perfect. But something wasn't sitting right. There was an undercurrent of unease. That I couldn't quite put my finger on. As he spoke, I noticed a subtle twitch in his left eyebrow, a fleeting flicker of tension that seemed to contradict his calm exterior. He insisted on his innocence, but that tiny eyebrow movement betrayed him. It was a minute detail, almost imperceptible, but it caught my attention. Intrigued, I dug deeper, focusing my questions on the details surrounding the stolen item. I asked about the time of the theft, the location, and any possible witnesses. Each time I mentioned a missing object, the eyebrow twitched again. It was as if his body was reacting to the stress of the topic, even if his words remained steady. This seemingly insignificant detail spoke volumes. It was a silent confession, a nonverbal admission of guilt that his words tried to mask. It told me he was concealing information, that he was nervous about the stolen item specifically. His body language was a window into his true feelings, revealing the anxiety he tried to hide. Armed with this nonverbal clue, I persisted in my questioning, finally leading the suspect to confess. The truth came out, not through his words, but through the subtle signals his body was sending. That day I learned a powerful lesson. Be efficient, and be willing to share your personal stories with others, and let the freedom of speech and movement eventually lead to the breakthrough. The body doesn't lie. It was a revelation that changed the way I approached every interrogation thereafter. Even when words try to deceive, our bodies reveal our true thoughts and emotions. The smallest gestures, the briefest expressions can tell a story that words cannot. This experience sparked my fascination with body language, the silent language we all speak and unconsciously interpret every day. I began to study it more closely, reading books, attending seminars, and observing people in everyday situations. I realized that understanding body language could provide invaluable insights, not just in interrogations, but in all human interactions. It became a tool I used to read people, to understand their true intentions and emotions. Over time, I honed my skills, becoming more attuned to the subtle cues that people often unconsciously display. It was like learning a new language, one that spoke volumes without uttering a single word. And in the end, it made me a better investigator, helping me solve cases that might have otherwise remained mysteries. The body, after all, is an open book if you know how to read it. We communicate constantly, even when we don't utter a word. Our interactions are filled with unspoken messages that convey our true feelings and intentions. Our bodies are in a perpetual state of expression, sending out subtle signals about our thoughts and feelings. These signals can be as simple as a nod of the head, a smile, or a frown. They can also be more complex, like the way we position our bodies or the gestures we use while speaking. From a slight shift in posture to a fleeting facial expression, these nonverbal cues often speak louder than words. A raised eyebrow can indicate skepticism, while crossed arms might suggest defensiveness. Even the way we stand or sit can reveal our level of comfort or confidence in a situation. Understanding body language is crucial for effective communication and building strong relationships. It helps us interpret the true meaning behind someone's words and respond appropriately. In a business meeting, for example, reading the room can help you gauge the mood and adjust your presentation accordingly. It allows us to see beyond the spoken word and grasp the underlying emotions driving people's behavior. When we pay attention to body language, we can better understand the emotions and intentions of those around us, leading to more meaningful and authentic interactions. By learning to read these nonverbal signs, we can enhance our ability to connect with others, build trust, and navigate social situations with greater ease. Whether it's a social gathering, a business negotiation, or a casual conversation, being attuned to body language can make all the difference. Imagine being able to tell if someone is genuinely interested in what you're saying or if they're feeling uncomfortable in a social setting. This skill can help you adjust your approach, making others feel more at ease and improving the overall quality of your interactions. Consider the advantage of recognizing signs of deception or understanding when someone is holding back their true emotions. This can be particularly useful in high-stakes situations, such as negotiations or conflict resolution, where understanding the unspoken can give you a significant edge. These are just a few examples of how mastering body language can empower you in your personal and professional life. By becoming more aware of the silent language we all speak, you can improve your communication skills, build stronger relationships, and navigate the complexities of human interaction with greater confidence and ease. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation, take a moment to observe the unspoken cues. Notice the subtle shifts in posture, the fleeting expressions, and the gestures that accompany the words. By doing so, you'll gain a deeper understanding of the people around you and enhance your ability to connect on a more profound level. Remember, communication is not just about what we say, but also about how we say it. The silent language of body language is a powerful tool that, when mastered, can transform the way we interact with the world and each other. One of the most fascinating aspects of body language is the concept of micro-expressions. These are brief, involuntary facial expressions that occur within a fraction of a second, revealing a person's true emotions, even if they try to conceal them. Micro-expressions are difficult to control because they are controlled by the limbic system, the part of our brain responsible for emotions and survival instincts. Unlike our conscious facial expressions, which we can manipulate, micro-expressions happen spontaneously, providing a glimpse into our unfiltered emotional responses. Learning to recognize these fleeting expressions can be a game changer in understanding people's true feelings. They can reveal hidden anger, concealed sadness, or even suppressed joy. By paying attention to these subtle cues, we can gain a deeper understanding of the emotions swirling beneath the surface. The universal language of facial expressions. While much of body language is influenced by culture and upbringing, some facial expressions are universal, hardwired into our DNA and recognized across cultures. These include expressions of happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust. These universal expressions are deeply rooted in our evolutionary history, serving as essential tools for survival and social bonding. For example, a furrowed brow and narrowed eyes conveyed a threat signal, while a relaxed face and a genuine smile signaled safety and trustworthiness. Understanding these universal facial expressions is like having a cheat sheet for decoding human emotions. By recognizing these expressions, we can better understand how others are feeling, even if they don't verbalize their emotions. Spotting micro-expressions in everyday interactions. Micro-expressions, though fleeting, can be spotted in various everyday interactions if you know what to look for. These brief, involuntary facial expressions reveal genuine emotions that people might be trying to conceal. They occur in a fraction of a second, making them easy to miss if you're not paying close attention. For example, imagine you're giving a presentation at work. You're explaining a new strategy that you've spent weeks developing. As you speak, you notice a colleague who usually appears supportive, briefly crinkling their nose in disgust. This happens just as you outline a critical part of your plan. This subtle cue could indicate that they have reservations about your approach, even if they verbally express their support. Their words might be encouraging, but their micro-expression tells a different story. By picking up on this micro-expression, you can address their concerns directly and potentially gain their buy-in. You might say, "I notice you seemed a bit unsure about this part. Do you have any concerns?" This opens up a dialogue and shows that you value their input. In another scenario, imagine you're on a date. The other person is smiling, but something about their smile seems off. It's a little too wide and lasts a fraction of a second longer than feels natural. This could be a micro-expression of nervousness or even deception, suggesting they might not be entirely comfortable or truthful. Perhaps they're trying to hide their true feelings or are anxious about the situation. By learning to recognize these subtle cues, we can navigate social situations with greater awareness. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up and subscribe to it. Understanding the unspoken messages people are sending allows us to respond more empathetically and effectively, whether in professional settings, personal relationships, or casual interactions. Being attuned to micro-expressions can enhance our communication skills and deepen our connections with others. It's important to remember that micro-expressions are just one piece of the puzzle. They should be considered alongside other verbal and nonverbal cues to get a complete picture of someone's true feelings. By honing our ability to spot these fleeting expressions, we can become more perceptive and responsive communicators. Practicing in front of a mirror or studying videos of facial expressions can help improve your ability to detect micro-expressions. There are also training programs and workshops available that focus on this skill, providing valuable tools and techniques for better understanding human emotions. Reflecting on your interactions and considering the micro-expressions you observed can also enhance your awareness. Keeping a journal of these observations might help you notice patterns and improve your ability to read people over time. Ultimately, spotting microexpressions is about being more present and attentive in our interactions. It's about looking beyond the surface and truly understanding the emotions of those around us. This skill can lead to more meaningful and authentic connections, enriching both our personal and professional lives. It's about emotional intelligence, an ability to read others' moods, such as an indicator of their emotional health and well-being.